Maayong buntag ug tuo gabi sa kaninyong tanan. Kami di ay ang grupan ug uban ni ninyo aron masayod kamo sa atong two ka topics na i-discuss. Unta makaton mo and enjoy listening.
It's a natural part of a teamwork. When handled properly, it can lead to innovation, stronger relationship, and better decision making. Avoiding conflict interleague may suppress important concern and lead to resistance in a project team. Two members disagree on whether to prioritize cost efficiency on product quality instead of avoiding the conversation. This key discuss their perspective only and come up with a balanced approach and meet both goals.
Within organization can be a powerful force for growth when managed effectively. It drives innovation by challenging existing ideas, leading to creative solutions and improved decision making. Through conflict, individuals and teams are completed to explore alternative approaches, fostering adaptability and resilience. It also encourages synergy, where differing perspectives merge to create a stronger, well-rounded solution. Additionally, conflict can enhance performance by motivating individuals to refine their skills and push for excellence. It fosters clarity in communication, requiring individuals to articulate their position more effectively. When approached constructively, conflict becomes a catalyst for progress, strengthening for individuals and organizational capabilities. You a story, perhaps an example. Aaron, the marketing manager, ignored a critical email about a failing campaign, convincing himself the problem was not urgent. Instead of addressing it, he buried himself in a trivial task, avoiding tough decisions. As the days passed and tensions arose, his defensive avoidance only worsened the crisis. When the client escalated concerns, Aaron was forced to confront what he had ignored, realizing too late the avoidance never makes a problem disappear, only grow. From the story, we can tell it as defensive avoidance. And please do not do it. The consequences are poor decision making and are more problems later in the group's life. Once the team becomes task-oriented, conflicts arise about how tasks should be performed. Often, the final stage of becomes task-oriented. A project has little conflict because team members are focused on implementing the decision they have made earlier. It is more appropriate to talk about conflict management than about conflict resolution. Conflict is a normal part of a team operation, and some conflicts cannot be fully resolved.
Organizational conflicts arise when team members face issues like resource, competition, unclear responsibilities, status differences, or conflicting individual and team goals. Their conflicts often stem from structural problems within the organization and require clear communication, role clarification, and goal alignment to solve effectively. Social conflicts refer to coordination with the norms and effective meeting leading to frustration, disengagement among members. If meetings are disorganized, their decision-making lacks transparency, tension can build. Addressing these conflicts requires improving facilitation, establishing productive norms, and fostering collaboration. These conflicts stem from interpersonal tension, misunderstanding, or past experiences. Their disagreements may appear to be about work-related issues, but often have deeper roots in personal dynamics. Resolving them involves improving communication, fostering mutual understanding, and strengthening team relationship through team building efforts. Inward things can be beneficial or harmful depending on its nature and how it is managed. Relationship conflicts tend to reduce team satisfaction and performance, while task conflicts, especially with non-related tasks, can lead to better decision making and innovation. Process conflicts related to task coordination management often cause disruption. Healthy conflict focuses on task-related issues, differing opinions, values, and expectations, driving productive discussion. In contrast, unhealthy conflicts arise from the power struggles, misaligned individual team goals, ineffective meetings, grudges, and poor communication, requiring intervention to restore team cohesion. Misunderstanding or past grievances between team members. These conflicts harm team satisfaction and performance, especially in collaborative tasks, as they create negative emotion and disrupt cooperation. Task conflict occurs when team members have differing opinions on how to approach non-routine tasks. When managed constructively, it can lead to better decision making and innovation by encouraging diverse, perfect team and critical thinking. Process conflict happen when disagreements arise over task coordination, role assignments, or workflow management in routine tasks, and often leads to frustration and inefficiency, negatively affecting the dynamics if not addressed properly. Trust and effective communication play a crucial role in minimizing.
In other words, people in a conflict can be assertive and try to get the most of themselves, or they can be cooperative and concerned with how everyone fares. Distribution focuses on maximizing one's outcome, often leading to competition where individuals seek the best possible results for themselves, sometimes at the expense of others. Integration, on the other hand, prioritizes mutual outcomes, aiming for solutions that benefit all parties involved through corporations and compromise. A balanced approach between the two can foster effective conflict resolution, ensuring both personal success and strong relationships with a team or organization. Those are the actions you will do to handle such a conflict. Overall, conflict management in teams aligns with goal setting through different approaches. Collaborating is used when both sides consider emotions, fostering learning, consensus, and relationship building. Accommodating prioritizes harmony by considering one's position. Helpful in maintaining stability and goodwill. Competing is necessary for urgent, high-stakes decisions or enforcing policies against oppositions. Avoiding works best when conflicts are trivial. Emotions needs to settle or other levels are better suited to resolve the issue. Compromising seeks balance by finding temporary or expedient.
Conflict within a group is managed through 5 common approaches. Avoiding involves withdrawing and ignoring the issue, leaving resolution to a chance. 2. Harmonizing covers up differences, maintaining surface-level unity without addressing real concern. 3. Bargaining seeks compromise, ensuring both parties gain something. 4. Forcing imposes decision from authority or majority rule, often leading to dissatisfaction. 5. Is that problem solving takes a collaborative approach, confronting differences to find mutually beneficial solution. Several factors influencing conflict dynamics, personality traits, shapes how individuals engage in conflicts, with some being more confrontational and others more passive. Threats escalate conflicts, as one party's aggression often provokes a stronger response from the other. Both difficulty and priority affect conflict levels, with clearer and more achievable goals reducing friction. Lastly, gender does not influence conflict resolution styles, as men and women tend to handle disputes in similar ways. Avoiding conflicts within a team may seem like a way to maintain a harmony, but it is often allows tension to grow unnoticed, eventually turning into simple tasks, conflicts into deeper relationship conflicts. When this issue remains unresolved, they create negative emotions, erode trust, and weaken communication, making future conflicts harder to address. To prevent this, teams should foster psychological safety, ensuring that members feel comfortable expressing disagreements without fear of damaging relationships. This approach allows conflicts over tasks to be resolved constructively, improving team performance rather than generating emotional strain. Additionally, teams can implement preemptive conflict management strategies to reduce destructive conflicts before they escalate. This includes building trust among members, creating team contracts, outlining how to handle critical situations, and developing communication norms that promotes open discussion. By proactively addressing potential conflicts, team can enhance collaboration, minimizing disruptions, and create effective working environments.
A win-win perspective seeks solutions that benefit all parties, fostering cooperation and strong relationships. In contrast, a win-loss mindset assumes that one side must gain at the other's expense, often leading to competition. Integrative agreements are preferred because they go beyond simple compromises, ensuring mutual benefits and improving long-term collaboration. However, terms often form coalitions, aligning based on position rather than shared interests. Research shows that many fail to recognize when their interest is aligned, mainly due to poor communication. Open discussion and exchanging information can help teams identify common ground and resolve conflicts more effectively. The solution to this conflict is to find integrative agreement that addresses the committee's goal. Example, to improve the safety in the schools, but does not depend on either position. The participants need to step back from their emotional involvement in supporting their positions and understand what is really important to them. Number 1, effective negotiation requires addressing both the issues in this relationship separately. First, the cause of the conflict must be diagnosed by identifying conflicting goals, ensuring both sides understand the issues clearly. Next, emotional awareness should be encouraged by helping each party recognize their feelings, consider the other side's perspective, and engage in active listening. This approach fosters productive conflict resolution while maintaining healthy relationships. Number two, effective conflict resolution involves focusing on the core issues rather than rigid positions. Both sides should be identify their interests and areas of incompatibility while recognizing that each have multiple legitimate concerns. By ranking their goals, they can be better understand the priorities, making it easier to trade off less important objectives to achieve what truly matters. This approach fosters mutual understanding and more balanced outcomes. Fair fighting, ground rules, remain calm, try not to over.
Managing conflict effectively involves several strategies to reduce tension and find constructive solutions. Allowing time for cooling down helps prevent emotional reactions from escalating the issue. Giving individuals space to reflect before addressing the conflict. Analyzing the situation involves understanding the root cause, identifying the interests of both parties, and assessing possible solutions. Stating the problems enable sorting the problem clearly ensures both sides understand the concerns without misunderstanding or assumptions. Leaving the person for some time can help diffuse immediate frustration and provide perspective before revisiting the discussion. Finally, using a win-win approach focuses on finding solutions that benefit both parties rather than one side dominating, fostering collaboration and stronger relationships.
Managing and resolving conflicts requires emotional maturity, self-control, and empathy. It can be tricky, frustrating, and even frightening. We can ensure that the process is as positive as possible by sticking to the following conflict resolution guidelines. Number one, make your relationship your product. This means that focus on maintaining respect and understanding rather than trying to win the argument, ensuring healthier, long-term interactions. Number two, focus and presence. Avoid bringing up past grievances as dwelling in old conflicts can cloud judgment and prevent effective problem solving. Number three, pick your battles. Assess whether the issues is really worth your time and energy before engaging in conflict, avoiding unnecessary debates. Number four, be willing to forgive. Holding it in resentment hinders resolution. Letting go of the need to punish allows for emotional healing and progress. Lastly, knowing when to let it go. If a resolution isn't possible, agree to disagree and disengage from unproductive arguments.
Fair fighting, ground rules, remain calm, try not to overreact to difficult situations. By remaining calm, it will be more likely that others will consider your viewpoint. Express feelings in words, not actions. Telling someone directly and honestly how you feel can be a very powerful form of communication. If you start to feel so angry or upset that you feel you may lose control, take a time out and do something to help yourself feel steadier. Be specific about what is bothering you. Pag complaints are hard to work on. Deal with only one issue at a time. Don't introduce other topics until each is fully discussed. This avoid the kitchen sink effect where people throw in all complaints while not allowing anything to be resolved. No hitting below the belt, attacking areas of personal sensitive creates an atmosphere of distrust, anger, and vulnerability. Avoid accusations will cause others to defend themselves. Instead, talk about how someone's action made you feel. Don't generalize. Avoid words like never or always. Such generalizations are usually inaccurate and will heighten tensions. Avoid make-believe, iterating, or inventing a complaint of your feelings about it will prevent the real issues from surfacing. Stick with the facts and your honest feelings. Don't stockpile. Storing up lots of grievances and hurt feelings over time is a counterproductive. It's almost impossible to deal with numerous old problems, for each interpretation may differ. Try to deal with problems as they arise. Avoid climbing up. When one person becomes silent and stops responding to the others, frustration and anger, unresolved positive results can only be attained with two-way communication.
The training program implementation pace and conflict resolution within the program are closely connected, as effective training depends on smooth execution and the ability to handle challenges. During implementation, trainers, organizers, and participants may encounter various conflicts, whether due to differing perspective, resistance to new methods, or logistical issues. So, addressing these conflicts promptly and constructively is essential to maintaining a productive learning environment. A well-managed training program anticipates potential disputes, incorporates strategies for resolution, and foster communication to ensure that disagreements do not hinder learning outcomes. Conflict resolution techniques such as active listening and collaboration, problem solving, help create a supportive atmosphere where participants can focus on gaining knowledge and skills. Um, Ultimately, the success of a training program relies not just on its content, but also on the ability to navigate and resolve conflicts effectively, ensuring that learners remains that priority. Once again, thank you for listening and bye-bye!